We're back with another video from a Republican's point of view on politics. So, it's been a little crazy out there, hasn't it? Couple of months. Trump out there with his team setting the world on fire. Tariffs. Peace. Bringing the cost down. Inflation going down. All kind of things going on that are good, ain't they? And still, we got people running wild out there, protesting against good things, because they just want mayhem. But either way, that's was expected. So this whole thing with people destroying all these Teslas and Elon's dealers and all this other stuff, and still here are the same people that were mad at you and I because they said that we drive gas guzzlers and we're destroying the environment and all this other stuff. Now we flipped the script and now we're against the electrical car situation. We don't care anymore about the environment, and on and on and on. And this is the reason why we, the conservatives, don't get wrapped up with liberals and Democrats, because this is the insanity that's always there. It's never yes or no. One day it's okay, the next day it's not. There's no consistency with these people in government or in the public. Either way, it doesn't matter. Either way, it's all the same. So my biggest thing is this. Why is it that still today, right, we're still waiting for the convictions and the prosecutions of the corrupt in Washington? I'm still wondering why. Do you know what? You see, like, for example, let's take Fauci, for example. Now, everyone in the world knows that that guy has done a lot of bad things in our world and is responsible for a lot of death. And people still continue to defend this man, right? And I haven't seen him be arrested, not even charged. And here we go. Are we going to go through the same thing all over again? Because you know what? I'm going to tell you something. It doesn't matter what good is achieved in the next 4 years if the reason that the government was so corrupted, it still exists. And I say that because the only reason this corruption exists in our government is because the globalists, the elitists, and corporate buy the politicians. So because we never stop the people paying the money for these problems, or the people paying people to protest, or the people paying people to burn dealers, and even though these people are out here admitting it to you on video that they get paid to do these things, where's the money coming from, right? So the first thing you have to stop is the money flow, because then that'll mean that if they're not getting paid, then they're not going to do any corrupt things, and they're not going to commit crimes because they're not getting paid to do it, right? So who are the enemy of the United States, the true enemy? The ones taking the money or the ones paying the money? In my opinion, it's the one paying the money, right? So if you want to stop crime and you want to stop the corruption, you have to go for the head, which is the ones paying the bills. Those are the ones. But for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, when it comes to something like that, there seems to be some kind of fear about going head on with these globalist elitists and all these people. But my question is, are you trying to convince me as an American that these globalists are more powerful than the United States military, or that the federal government? Is that what you're telling me? And you're so scared to deal with these people, arrest them and get them from wherever they are and bring them up on charges? Now, there can't be no other reason, because they never get arrested. The people behind the scenes that are causing all the mayhem in our country never even get mentioned, never mind arrested. The majority of the United States doesn't even know that the dark forces behind the scenes are all globalist and elitist and corporate people. Those are the people that cause death around the world, war against around the world, corruption in all governments, disease, everything. They do all of that. And everybody with common sense knows that these people are the ones responsible for all that, but nobody ever addresses them. They're always trying to use or convict or grab the scapegoat that they put out there and all this other stuff. So still today, here we are with all these people. Like, for instance, this Zuckerberg guy. Did he not censor everybody on his, and then he comes out and admits it and all this other stuff? Don't you think that that in itself should be a problem, and this guy should maybe face some kind of music over things like that? Don't you think that? Now what? And now I hear people say, oh, you just don't understand. The problem is that government, with these kind of situations, it takes time. I'll tell you what, if you as a regular citizen go out here and do even one thing of the millions of things that are corrupt that these politicians have done, it won't take a long time. There won't be no process. There'll be none of that. They cave in, they knock your door down, they drag you out and arrest you and charge you. But for some reason, it can't be like that for them. See that? And this is where we as a people get so angry with this two-tier justice system. It's not just an opinion, it's a fact. If they can do all that and get away with it, then maybe we should all be the same. What do you think? Because I'm getting tired of us following the laws and doing what we need to do when everyone else that's corrupt could do whatever they want. You know why? Because they got a few dollars. So that makes them untouchable. Ignorant are the ones that think like that. For all men are created equal and all men will die just like anyone else. So that's bullshit in itself. But delusional people believe these things about these kind of things. So now, for instance, what's happening with Elon here? Now, all of a sudden, I hear people saying all the time, like people that are speaking against the establishment, say, oh, and I'm not suicidal. Hey, man, if you already know that these people, this is how they kill people, and this is what they do to get you out of the way, go get them. You're not going to stop assassination attempts. You're not going to stop corruption. You're not going to stop diseases. You're not going to stop the air getting contaminated. You're not going to stop the water from being contaminated. You're not going to stop from big pharma killing people with their bullshit medications that don't cure nobody. It's just a big business and everybody knows it. You're not going to stop any of that until you stop them. But on and on with the same bullshit all the time, nothing happens. Nothing happens. I don't understand why people have such a hard time with that. I really don't. I myself have no idea why that math is so complicated. And you know what? You get a lot of people out here, talking all this nonsense, these people are this, these people are that. We already know what they are. Just with videos alone, the things that they say, the recordings. And every day, all we hear on the news, and I'm just so tired of seeing that, is look what this one did. Look what this politician did. Look what that one did. And even though they're telling you that these people did that, and we all know their crimes, nothing happens. So stop telling me. I don't want to hear it. Listen, you know what? All that bullshit, all that investigations, how many investigations has Congress not done in Washington? And you know what these people do? They're so ballsy and so corrupt that they will sit there, lie to the face of Congress. Congress will find out that they lied and nothing happens to them. So why bring them there? Why even bother investigating? If you're not going to do anything about it, my thing is, why have the investigations? Why build a house if you're not going to live there? You're just going to build it for the hell of it? And this is the problem with our government. It's just gotten to the point that everyone got so comfortable with crime running rampant in Washington to the point that it's normal now. And now justice is the bad thing. So they flipped it all around. Now, if you're a criminal in Washington, you're golden. You got no problems. But if you are a person that wants to do the right thing in Washington, you don't know what you're talking about. You're a problem, and they come after you. And we just let them do that. Look at mainstream media, for example. Who in their right mind doesn't know that that's all bullshit and lies? Everybody knows that. I haven't heard the truth from mainstream media in over 30 years. I haven't heard anything true there whatsoever. Everything is a lie. Everything that they say, everything that they do, everything is bullshit. But still, they're out there producing that news and pumping it out every day into people's ears. And people are just taking it in, listening to it. You know what I mean? So, the whole thing here is that you have to stop the money. You have to stop the ones paying the money. And we know exactly who they are. I'm not in government and I know who it is. And so does everybody else with common sense. We all know who these people are. You know what I mean? All these people are the same. Look what happened with the Fed when that guy got up there and said, well, Trump can't do nothing for me. Trump can't do nothing to me. In other words, I belong to a group of people that are so powerful that even the president of the United States can't do nothing. I'm untouchable. And that right there is the biggest problem. Because these people that they're talking about are just old bags that ain't nobody. Got a foot in a coffin and one out, and they're ready to go. These are the people that these people are so scared of. They're nobodies. Nobody's, just big mouthpieces. That's it. That are only after their best interests, their money, and nothing else. And they don't give a shit who dies, right? So now this piece right here, like for example, I worry every day for President Trump. Why? Because still the people responsible for slowing him down from progressing forward with these radical judges and all this shit, right? They're still out there. And they haven't been charged with nothing, so they're not going to stop until they achieve what they want to do. And this is what worries me, and this is the problem. You see all this stuff about JFK and all that stuff? Those files might have just been released, but everyone with common sense always knew who killed that man, right? So here comes President Trump with the same thing. He's coming and saying the same things that Kennedy did, and already they tried twice, and supposedly a couple other times that we don't heard about. But here we are. We're still with this. 50-something years later, still, within the government, there's such corruption that they will kill a president. And now my question to you is, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? So why do we keep playing with these people on and on and on and on, all and nothing ever changes? So the problem with our government isn't that a president isn't willing to do the right thing. The problem is that you never get rid of the cancer. So the disease never goes away. And because this disease they're pretty much real Nazis, these dudes. These are the real true Nazis. They all hid after Hitler and they all came back. Just like Charles Schwab's father was a decorated officer over there in Hitler's military, the same WEF asshole that people listen to, right? Pedophile scumbag. And then you got Soros, another douchebag, and his son, with every politician over there in Washington. This is how bold these people got, to the point that they will show you their face. They will tell you what they're going to do, and the federal government still doesn't do shit about it. Don't be scared, man. Stop being scared of these people. I'm telling you, if you do not take them down, they will take you down, because that's what they do. As they've done it in the past, they do it now, and they continue to be the same, because their objective is they want the world for them, because they believe themselves to be gods on earth. But not true. Absolutely not. Just delusional shit. So all these politicians that are worth millions and millions of dollars, and you're going to sit there like, okay, look at Nancy Pelosi. If you audit Nancy Pelosi, there's no way she can explain all the money she's worth. Right there and then, because she can't, right there, the money gets confiscated right there and then she put in prison. That could happen over a matter of a month, not even a month. But still, nothing. And all the rest of all these politicians, the same thing. Braggs, this, that Crockett, whatever the hell her name is. Another one. What is it, 9 million now? This girl just stepped into this game. All of a sudden, these people. So we all know that they got paid, right, by the globalists and the elitists to do their deeds. They work for them. Look at this Omar woman. The video's right there. Her telling people, don't worry that, in America, the American government is going to do for the Somalian. So basically, we got a representative of Somalia working in Washington. Not for America, though. No. But now the proof is out there. The video's out there. Why is she still there? See? So the problem here is that we're just going to go on and on with this, and this doesn't go anywhere. And you know what? I've gotten to a point that I hear, ba, 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 ba. You know what? I want to see something. I'm tired of the talk. I'm tired of the talking. I'm tired of all of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all of it. This has to change. Stop talking. Stop it with the hearings. Stop it with the proof is there. We see it. We know it. And I'm just wondering, why are we still in this situation? What part of that don't you understand? What part is it that you don't understand? So it's, how long is this going to go on? So basically what it seems to me is that it seems like it doesn't matter what governing body gets in there. They're never going to resolve the problem. Why? Because they never go after the right ones. Never. It's all about hearings, and smoke screen after smoke screen. You know, look at Mayorkas. Look at Mayorkas. Now, everybody here in the United States, right, just on TV, watched millions and millions and millions and millions of people come into this country. Mayorkas had the ability to stop that, but didn't. Do we not think that that was a crime? It wasn't a crime for a government official to actually assist and aid a criminal element coming onto American soil without even remotely trying to stop that? Did we not watch Mayorkas take money that is supposed to be American money and gave it to the illegals to take care of them? And then when that whole thing happened in North Carolina, the first thing out of his mouth is, there's no more money because I wasted it on criminals that just broke into the country. Now, let me ask you this. What is that? No charge? No charge. What is it? What's the process that I hear government officials say, oh, this is not as easy as you think? Oh, it is that easy. We watched the dude do it. And you know what he does? He sits there with a blank face and says, nothing. And you know what? And he's just telling Congress, you're useless. You're nobody. You can't tell me what to do because my bosses, which has nothing to do with government or the people of this country, my boss is the globalists and the elitists that pay me my paycheck and my millions that I'm worth. They tell me what to do, not you. Isn't that what we see every day, every time these investigations come on left and right? What about these radical judges? What are we going to do with them? Now, I don't have a law degree, but I do know this, that the President of the United States does have the authority to protect the people of this country if he sees fit, to the point that even if any ass clown from around the world attacks America in any kind of way, the president can just bypass Congress and declare war on that country instantly. There are powers that the president has that are untouchable by a peon sitting in a bench over there that's corrupt as shit, and everybody knows it. Where in the world have you ever seen a judge fighting and talking about he wants an aircraft to be turned back around so that you can bring the gangbanger murderers back that broke the law coming into this country in the first place? Bring them back for due process. My question is this. The last time I checked, the laws in the Constitution of the United States apply to legal Americans, people that are Americans. It has nothing to do with people that don't. Just like a person, I can't just go to let's say Germany, and a cop asks me a question and I say, I plead the fifth because, the Constitution protects me. Absolutely not. The Constitution does not protect me outside this country. It's called the Constitution of the United States, not the Constitution of the globe. So for all these judges that are supposedly like educated and all this other crap, It's all bullshit. None of that is true. These people are all part of this. So basically what was happening is the judge that gets paid, whoever pays him, which we know who that is. So he pays them, right? They pay him to do their dirty work, and he wants the criminals to come back because the objective is to just overwhelm America with all kind of illegal people in here, because the globalist agenda is no more borders, no separate countries. Their objective is one religion, one world monetary system, one government, meaning them. And everybody on the planet has to listen to them and be their little slaves. Now, you see what they've done to the UK and all that? All of that government body is dead in the water and all sold out. They don't care that their people are being raped. They don't care. That's not what they give a shit about. All they care about is the money they're being paid to betray their country and countrymen. All right? That's it. So that the globalists could achieve their agenda. This that I'm telling you, it's what it really is. This has nothing to do with political parties. This has nothing to do with none of that. None of that. This is a handful, 1%, useless, could be stomped out like an ant. 1% of the population causing all this mayhem all around the world in all governing bodies. Death and everything all over the world is happening because of this group of people. And everyone with common sense knows who they are and what they are. And they're the lowest form of life on earth. Okay? So these people, they walk around doing all these things. All these people have had agendas for years. These Rockefellers, WEF, Soros, all of these people, BlackRock, all these people. Look what happened with that guy that tried to take out President Trump. And they shot him all up in the roof. Wasn't there a commercial with that kid with BlackRock and all? You saw how fast that came off online right away? Take it off. I'm telling you, these people are involved in everything. But not one time have I ever heard Congress say, we're bringing in Schwab into the United States and we're going to investigate this bastard. Never I hear Congress say we're going to drag Soros through his hair into this hearing in Congress and investigate him. You never hear them say anything about dragging BlackRock, the Rockefellers. None of that. You know why? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? So at the end of the day, I'm going to see what's going to happen with this presidency here. And if none of that ever happens, you and I can best believe that this is the way it's going to be for the rest. And they're all just going to flow with this system of hell, of destruction, of destroying this country, all of that. You're going to get to see this if this doesn't change here in any way. We got a great, we got Bondi, we got, Elon, Doge, we got this, that, we supposedly switching all of that. All of that did change, all that's great and everything, but let's see what's going to happen here with even the best players. Let's find out who they're going to go after. You know what I mean? Your average American isn't your threat or your enemy. The enemy of the United States of America is the globalists, the elitists, and the corporate entities. Those are the true enemies of the United States of America and its existence and the whole globe. Those people right there. Nobody else. Yeah. So, this is really getting old. It's really starting to get tiring to hear the same old bullshit over and over. Like right now, all those Teslas and all those dealers that got destroyed, you know who did it? The people that paid those people to do that dumb shit. What are you going to do about it? What's the government going to do? Not a damn thing. They're going to grab the puppet that got paid $1,000 to burn a car, and they're going to try to make an example of him. But they're never going to go after the one that paid him the $1,000. That is the problem. Right? So none of this is going to stop. None of it. Unless the problem is addressed the right way. And the right way is recognize who the true enemy is, and take them down. That's it. That's it. So all this talk and all this political, rhetoric and blah, 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 we're going to investigate this one. Did you see this video? This guy said, none of that means shit. All of that is a waste of time, a waste of breath, and bullshit. Now, when I start seeing these real people start getting pulled down and dragged into investigations, at that point, I'll believe that the world may change for a better situation. But until then, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It hasn't changed in the past, and it won't change now, and it won't change in the future if nothing is handled this way. If these people are not taken care of, you have to handle it. You have to handle it. You can't just let people tell you. Look at, for example, look at these governors in these other states, straight out telling you, I don't care what the president says, I'm going to do what I want. There you go. Nothing happens. Not one of them. Oh, we're gonna squeeze them and we're not gonna give them any federal funding. Why don't you just go over there and arrest their ass for aiding and assisting criminals that have broken into our country? Arrest them, dude. Stop talking so much shit. This ain't got nothing to do with money like that. This is not the way things are. The other one, what is it? Ohio, big boy there. Oh, let them all come here. We'll take care of them. Arrest his ass. I hear this guy, Tom, talking all the time. Well, we're going to investigate, and if the governor said it on video, man, what are you going to investigate? The guy said that he don't give a shit what the federal government has to say. He's going to protect the people, the criminals. So what is it that you're investigating? Why? Because he's a governor, he can't be arrested? What, are you kidding me? Take him down. Oh, dude, you know what? This just goes on and on and on. It's just a vicious cycle that never ends. And truth is, I hear all kind of people, all these famous podcasters and all that, but no one ever talks about this kind of stuff. Nobody wants to talk about this. The true problem of our country, the true problem of humanity has always been and always will be globalist elite and corporate companies. Those three things right there are the number one public enemy of humanity around the world, the environment, Earth, everything. Those are the people. See how that works? But it just goes on, and we're going to see. We're going to see. I've been waiting to see what's going to happen with this here. I can't, all these other little petty things that they're, to me, it's not, I don't know. I just don't, it's great and it's positive, but the issues are not being addressed. So the result will still be the same. That's the thing. It doesn't matter. The last time the president was in office, what happened? He came in, did a few things. The corrupt government came in, and the new administration that's corrupt to the max came in, which is Joe and them. And what did they do? They destroyed everything he did. So the same shit's going to happen again. Nothing's going to stay because the leaders of the corrupt are not being addressed. The people paying for the corruption are not being addressed. It's like if you hire somebody to kill somebody and they find out, you go down with the killer. So why is it any different with these bastards? So if the corrupt and the globalists and all them are causing all these deaths around the world, don't just take Fauci and them down. Take the ones that hired them for this. Take down the ones that are supplying the money and the tools to commit these genocides around the world. Take them all down. Yeah. So like I said, it just goes on and on. What a waste of time. What a waste. Totally disappointed, man. Just tired of it. I mean, I'm not a person that's much into the bullshit, and all the opinions and all that other shit. I don't really care about none of that. But these facts that I'm talking about, this is real. This is the real reason why nothing ever changes in our government. This is the reason why. So, it's like, for example, so even if tomorrow you found a letter from JFK Files that said the CIA definitely killed the president, our ex-president, right? Oh, it's too late. We can't convict nobody because Everybody that had anything to do with it was dead. Crush the CIA. Crush the bitch. Because that's what they do. This is who they are. Crush the present CIA. Just get rid of that. Those people are not good. They cause wars, all kind, and we all know it. And we all know it. The spooks that hide everywhere, the spies that are hiding everywhere, all this other shit that are doing, and all they're doing is just killing people, causing world globe wars and all that. That agency ain't worth a shit. They're nothing but problems. These people are nothing but a disease, controlled by the globalist. A government within a government doing whatever the hell it wants, and nobody does shit about it. Not a damn thing. Oh, well, they just started, dude. We've been waiting for this shit for 50, 60 years and still. Don't preach to me about how long it's going to take these douchebags down. We could take a country down in 2 weeks. Look what we did. We went to Iraq, even though that was a bullshit war too. Most likely set up by the globalists and all that. Oh, they didn't want Saddam there, so let's just kill everybody. Because that's the way they are. Right? So then you get all this stuff going and nothing happens. Nothing happens. So when I hear, oh, they just found, listen, I'm almost convinced that as long as you believe, if you belong to the government and you're part of the globalists and you're on their payroll, you're a license to kill. And nobody can do shit to you. That's what I think. And that's what I see in our government. You're untouchable. The law doesn't apply to you. Do whatever you want, kill who you want, do whatever. It doesn't matter. Nothing's going to happen because the government ain't going to do shit to you. And that's the message that they send out here. Why do you think these corrupt politicians talk so bold like that? Why do you think Zelensky came over to the United States talking all that stupid shit? Because the people that they work for, let them know, don't worry about them. They're not going to do shit. Well, and if we don't do shit, they're right, ain't they? So you know what? You could go ahead on and on with this, on and on with it, with the opinions, with the bullshit, with the Republican Party, with the Democrat Party, with the liberal, with the, all of that is meaningless. Meaningless. It means nothing. Here's the truth. Everyone that lives in the United States that was born here or came in here legally were all Americans. It has nothing to do with the Republican side, Democratic side, none of that. The whole Washington and the whole government and our governing body should do the will that we want. So guess what? If we say that we want everybody convicted for the crimes they caused, I don't want to hear yay, nay. I don't want to hear, everything should be yay. Because that's what we want. The hell with that separation, that division. Even in those titles, there's division. Everything is a division. Everything. Religion, this, that, politics, everything is divided. But the truth is, here it is. We're all humans. And if a nuclear war breaks out, all humans die. And you know what? And your party doesn't mean shit at that point. Your rich status, poor status doesn't mean shit. None of that. Your religion, none of that means anything. You know why? Because you're all going to die. We're all going to die. So then now that you know this much, I don't even give a crap almost anymore about the party, about any party. What I care about is the right thing being done here in the United States of America. I want my country to go back to the way it used to be. Until this whole corrupt situation got involved. And yeah, granted, some of the most of the Democratic side is gone and sold out big time, one after the other. That party's gone. There's no, the only people believing this are just radicals, nut bags, and people that have no sense. People that actually believe they own the water. If people are fishing on some kind of canal and they throw a lure over by a pier, you got to get out of there. They don't own the water, but this is the mental stability that isn't right. You know, that's always been. You're never going to get rid of crazy. That's always been there. But if you bring back the asylums, they can help them. But for us, the rest of the people that are pretty much normal and all we want is peace and to be left alone, that's all everybody wants. Everybody wants peace. Everybody wants to prosper. Everybody wants the right to live. Everybody wants the right to eat clean food, clean water, drink clean water, breathe clean air. Everybody wants that. Those are our God-given rights. That's what we want. Not interested in that. And yeah, okay, I belong to the Republican Party and I'm a registered Republican, but nevertheless, all I want is the right thing. Live and let live. Mind your business. Do the right thing. We get these people elected. We want them to crush the disease. Take it out. We don't care. We don't want to hear your hearings. Take them down. That's the message. Take them down. No more shit talking. No more investigations. No more meetings. No more of that. Charge them, arrest them, prosecute. Period. Nobody gives a shit about anything less than that. So, that's definitely my point of the day. And to my fellow patriot Americans, God bless you. God bless America. We can't do anything without God. We have to have God to win this battle here. Because at the end of the day, it's simple. It's a battle between good and evil. It's not a battle between parties. And evil just needs to be extinguished out of this situation because this has become too much and it's tiring and it's getting old. So, all that said and done, like and subscribe, help a brother out with these videos, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.